Alright, so we'll go take them for a tour around the garden. We'll start in the driveway. Got a bunch of plants we haven't figured out where to put.
But there are plants over here.
Yeah, there's plants there too. We'll show them after. Got a bunch of different varieties of fig trees coming in here. Have to figure out where to put them. This right here is a project. This is a pineapple plant. So theoretically, if we put 2 years of work into this, we might get one pineapple, right?
Yeah.
You gonna eat that pineapple?
Yeah.
Got another fig tree over here. You see that? We just stick them everywhere. There's probably 2 or 3 over there. This is a different type of fruit tree here. What kind of fruit tree is this?
Peach.
They might not be able to hear you from that far away. Say it again.
I think it's peach.
You'd be correct. So this one, we've been able to actually take the fence off from around it because it's big enough now to
That's the leaf.
not get attacked by the deer. You can see there's a little peach there. There's a bunch of them everywhere though. A little bit hard to see right now, but when they ripen, you'll see a lot more of them. Over here, this is where we have the herb garden. We plant wildflowers in the herb garden because that attracts a lot of pollinators. You might be able to see them on my camera here. You can see those little bugs there. So these things help pollinate all our plants here. You know what this is, Gabrielle? What does it smell like?
It smells like pollen.
This smells like pollen? What kind of fruit does it smell like? Orange, lemon, lime?
Lemon.
It smells just like a lemon. This is called lemon verbena. This is great for cooking. Pretty much everything in here we use for cooking. So we got our thyme in here. How's this smell, Gabrielle?
Weird.
She says it smells weird. This is our curry plant.
Why did that smell weird?
Well, it tastes good though. Over here we got tarragon. Back there, this is my rosemary plant that we protected over the winter, so it's already really big. They got a chive plant here. This plant is 20 years old. It comes back every year. And then our parsley plant here, it's going to seed right now, so it's going to produce more seeds and make a new parsley plant out of that.
So this is parsley plant?
That's parsley plant.
Isn't there a parsley plant down there too?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of parsley plants because we use a lot of parsley. Got our tricolor sage here. This is our sage plant that wants to flower. Different variety sage here. This has thicker leaves. You can see this is our kind of salad bowl here. This is a bunch of lettuce.
Daddy,
Yeah.
if you pick one of these leaves,
Yeah.
these like, if you kind of push it with your finger, you can feel your other finger. But like this one, you can't really feel your other finger.
That's true because that one's a lot thicker. You know what this is?
I for broccoli wrap.
Nope, arugula.
Well, this is broccoli wrap.
No, that's arugula as well.
Right?
So most of this stuff in pots here, we pull out, make some salad. Got our kale bucket right here.
Hey, it's kale.
This is called dinosaur kale. It's called curly kale right here.
And this is called dotted oregano, and this is called just oregano.
Yes, this is the oregano patch right here. We dry it, and what do we put it on?
We put it on a pizza, and there's some oregano that has dots on it. See?
It does. So over here, another plant that has great culinary use. This is a bay leaf plant.
What about this plant with the bee on it?
Don't touch the bee. He's going to sting you. Can't grab bees. You nuts? But that plant right there is called an onion. And that one's going to seed. So he's pollinating it and he's going to make the seeds.
Onion plant.
Alright, sounds good. Over here, we have more salad greens here. See more kale. We got one of my daughter's favorite leaves right here.
Not my favorite leaf.
What's it called?
It's called Bloody Duck, but I hate it.
Why is it called Bloody Duck?
Because it looks like it has veins with blood running through it, but
That's-
I don't like it.
That's a pretty good description of that right there. Got our big tomato plants coming in. These are probably bigger than I've ever seen before at this stage in the game. These are huge. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to stake them up so they don't fall over.
And actually, over there are tomato plants, and they grow in our neighbor's yard, and they have some little kids, and the little kids try to pick the tomatoes.
They do. You may notice I got to clean this up. There's a lot of stuff that probably needs to be picked out at this point here. But these are a bunch of pepper plants here. This is where we grow all of our spicy peppers. And we have to separate them from our non-spicy peppers because they'll cross-pollinate. And so we grow all kinds of different varieties here. Each of these tomatoes is a different variety of cherry tomato, different colors.
Is this a purple kale?
No, that's lettuce. These were all lettuces, but they've gone to seed, so they're probably not as good to eat anymore. So we'll probably end up pulling them.
What's this?
That's a pepper plant right there.
Ah.
And then this plant right here, this is a zucchini plant. We have actually, look, zucchinis are coming in right now. This right here, this is the female flower. It's been pollinated by the male flower here, which is on stems. And so we got 2 zucchinis coming in, looks like. And then these flowers are edible too. They taste really good. You could stuff them.
What are those? Are those the edible flowers that you sometimes like put on a plate that you put in your tea?
No, that's different. That's different. So we built our little trellises out of garbage, leftover plastic stuff from Home Depot. You can see the cucumbers are climbing up the trellis. Got more fig trees here that I have to figure out what to do. A couple varieties of basil here.
And then parsley.
This is a different variety of parsley. That one's going to seed as well, so we'll have to grow new ones. This plant here is called New Zealand spinach. It's actually not true spinach, but it looks just like it, and it kind of tastes like it too. And it's going to grow all summer.
Why is the fig tree growing this way?
Sometimes they like to grow to the side. So you see that we lined the whole property with fig trees. In the grounds over there, all those little things coming up, those are fig trees. Got our fig tree right here.
Giant fig tree.
Another fig tree. All along the fence, this is where we put all the leftover plants that have grown from seed, but I don't have room for them in the garden. So I grow them in pots. Whatever comes out of that is a bonus. So you see I've lined the whole thing with tomatoes. And then this is actually another peach tree that we grew from seed here.
Weren't there some peppers here? Weren't there spicy peppers around here?
We were just at the spicy peppers. So this is kind of the overflow garden right here. We have to grow certain things up here to try to protect them from a rabbit. Those were radishes, but they've gone to seed, so we don't want to eat them anymore. So what I like to do is I like to put these in pots because the rabbit typically ends up chomping down on them. But as you can see, what he probably did here is he jumped up on the pot and ate them anyway. We like to grow our eggplant in this garden, so these are 2 eggplant plants.
That's what it's called. The purple plant's called eggplant.
Eggplant. Put more cucumbers here that can grow up the fence. This right here is a wild arugula plant.
Wow.
These are things that need to get planted still, but we got more bloody dock. This is called sorrel.
Is it called dill?
No, that is asparagus actually. We'll show asparagus after. You see another rosemary plant. More tomatoes.
Bloody dock.
We can walk over across the yard. Yes. Here's our hazelnut tree. So this thing is going to be loaded with hazelnuts. The squirrels will go after them, but that's why we catch every single squirrel. And what do we do with the squirrels?
We spray paint their tail and bring them to Village Park, but also name them.
What color do we spray paint their tail?
Usually gold.
Gold? It's a nice color, right?
And actually in school today, I found a pencil that was gold and it was shiny.
All right, here we have our grapevine. Take a look. Grapes all coming in. They're really small right now, but they'll all start to blow up. These are Concord grapes. So we'll make grape jelly and vinegar out of that stuff. You see how far the vines go. They go all along the property here. This is Gabriella's garden right here. What are you growing?
I'm growing corn. I have a lot of flowers. I'm growing bloody dog. grow random stuff in my garden. I have a bunch of decoration. I don't know what this is back here. I grow sunflowers and I forgot what.
That's a wildflower. Over here, sunflowers kind of snuck in. I didn't plant them, but they showed up anyway. But this is where all the non-spicy peppers are going to be growing. So I got all my different varieties of non-spicy peppers.
About Carmine's garden.
Over here, what's this garden?
The asparagus garden.
So this is what the asparagus plant looks like when it's fully mature. It's a bunch of ferns. But what you want to do if you're harvesting asparagus is you want to pick it when it looks like this. It's a little spear. Maybe when it gets to about that tall right there. See that one? That one's probably perfect to pick. Let's pick it. Ready? Fresh asparagus right there. If you let it go like that for another couple days, it turns into a fern. So this is where we like to grow other varieties of tomatoes here. You see that we grew mustard greens and kale here before, and they're kind of overtaking the garden, so we'll pull them out. Got some onions in there. More tomatoes. This gigantic green thing here, it's called horseradish. So we get horseradish root and we grind that up and put it on our seafood, right?
Is it called horseradish?
It is called horseradish.
It grows radishes and it's kind of as big as a baby horse.
No. So these things are kind of tapping out. They're getting towards the end of the season, but these are our snap peas. Sugar snaps. You can eat the whole pea.
Yeah.
With the pod.
You can eat the pod.
You can eat the pod. All right. And you can see the pea in there. You want to taste?
I don't really like that.
Tastes really good. There's some romaine in there, but that's getting overcrowded. I'm going to have to pick that out. Got a little fern here. Check this out. That's dill. Dillweed. Let's go over to all my more mature fig trees. These ones are a lot bigger than the other ones. Although you see I grow the little varieties, little baby fig trees as well. But these will all start popping out figs pretty soon. Actually, if I hone in here, you might see the little baby figlets coming out. So they're just getting started on their production. So these are all different varieties again. Little figlets there.
Why is there asparagus right here?
It snuck in there. Alright, this is our apple tree. The deer will still try to eat this thing alive, so we got it guarded.
There are a lot of apples on it. A lot of small apples. Some of the apples are big, and it has all different types of apples. Some of them are supposed to be green, some of them are supposed to be red.
Correct.
Like if you come over here, there's an apple that has a little red on it.
We grafted 4 different apples onto our apple tree. This thing right here, you don't want to touch this because this is a lime tree. This is a key lime tree. It's got very bad thorns on it, so they'll stab you. And I've got a few other citrus trees here. This is just a regular lime tree that I'm getting started. See in the flower garden, I got sunflowers coming up. I have no idea what this is called, but it's a nice looking flower. This is my Meyer lemon tree. One of the things people don't realize about lemon trees is that the leaves are very fragrant as well. They smell just like lemons, so you can cook with them too. And you see that got lilies coming in. We spray these lilies with a hot pepper spray, because if you don't, the deer will eat every last one of them the instant that they look like this. So these have all been spiced up and they haven't touched them yet. And I'd say we just made it all the way around the house. So you want to conclude the tour, say goodbye?
Bye.
Tell everybody have a good summer.
Have a good summer.
All right, we'll see you later.